Hi, I'm Kelly Sarlo.
And I'm Karen Sarlo. Kelly and I are mediums, medical intuitives, psychics, and energy healers.
I'm also a life coach and health coach, but today we're sitting together to discuss some of the questions that have come in from our clients all over the world. Today's question comes from Jason in New Zealand.
Jason wants to know what it is like for Kelly and I to help search and rescue teams find missing people.
It's exhausting. In a very short answer, it's very difficult, it's very frustrating, and it can or cannot be rewarding depending on how the process goes.
And sometimes if the person is found alive or not alive, and how the search and rescue teams process that, as well as the family, and how we're dealt with in the process.
So I think one of the first things to touch upon is that because of our gifts, it's a complete sensory experience for us. So we feel everything that person is going through while they're alive. Even if we're searching for someone who has passed, we can feel everything that they felt before they passed. But you have to also remember that we go through all of the gamut of emotions of the family searching for this person, as well as the rescue teams who desperately want to do a great job in helping these families.
I think one of the biggest things Kelly and I feel is, as she has just said, it's our own stress in being accurate with the information, because sometimes by the time someone has contacted somebody with our gifts to help find a missing person, it's either in the moment when they're missing, or they're coming to us after a long period of time where search and rescue teams have not been successful, and we are their last hope. So we know when they come to us under either circumstance that we're being asked to participate under a high level of stress. We feel that stress, and we do our very best then to be able to give information, hopefully, where we can with as much accuracy as possible. And often the only way Kelly and I know whether we're being accurate in giving information is by getting affirmations from the family members or the search and rescue team, if in fact they know enough about the person that's missing to say yes or no. So if they don't, then we have to shift gears a little bit and be able to give the person who's on the phone with us maybe personal information about them that we would never know, so that they can build trust for us, so that when we say go left or go right, or go up or down or whatever, to a mall or whatever it is, that they can trust the information by the senses that we're using, that it is leading them in the right direction.
I think the bottom line of what she's just talked about is that we want to create a confidence, not just in the search and rescue team who's working with us, but also in ourselves, that we have made a connection to the person that's missing, but also to the people who are helping us in that process, so that we know that we can move forward and that we're not hurting anyone.
So you're hearing that there's fear in both Kelly and I when we go through this process as well. Also, a lot of hope that as we have made a good connection and we do get some of those affirmations, that we can continue along. Sometimes now that could be just over some hours. Sometimes that's over a period of days. But as it stretches into periods of months or years, you could well understand that trusting in the process and in the information that's been given to us, even if it has all been accurate, can leave us wondering why it takes such a long period of time to get to a resolution for family members who desperately want it.
There are also certain points or in different circumstances where we're brought in for a short period of time to provide information, where the person has not been found in that short period of time. And so given our job, if we're not brought back in by these teams to be debriefed on how accurate we were and how it has helped them move forward, it can leave us, like she said, in a state of wondering whether or not we did a good job, whether or not we were accurate, and if we contributed to them moving forward or them taking a step back.
So there are lots of feelings. Sometimes it's tremendous. It's beautiful in being able to give an affirmation and to get a resolution, especially if they can find the missing person alive.
But even when they don't, Sorry.
Yeah, but I was going to say something else that's quite peaceful or makes me really happy, even though I feel also at the very same time very sad, is that if I'm able to say a missing person I'm picking up has passed over, and I'm able to give, 50 affirmations to a family member about, very intimate details about their tattoos or what they did for a living or all kinds of things, their personality or whatever, that if it can give them some closure to let go so that they can begin grieving, as much as that's a good feeling that we're done the job and that there is an answer, that it can just be the first step so that somebody can grieve. And there are lots of mixed feelings in that process, like I'm sure there is for other people in other professions as well.